Story time of how I left my six-figure corporate job to pursue art full time. I've been doing this since 2022, and I'm now finally in a place where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is my career. Like, I'm 10 toes down. I have the art gallery shows under my belt. I have collectors. I have two interns now. I'm releasing new products. I'm developing my fashion line as well to accompany, the art. And it's just this whole creative ecosystem I've created for myself. And it was really difficult to step into the self-concept of I am an artist, I am good enough, I can do this, I have the talent, I have the drive. Because honestly, it's not even so much about the talent as it is about the strategic acumen, because you are a business owner when you do this full time. Like, I own my business, and my business has a few different parts to it since I'm also an author. So it's like the intersections of publishing, art, and fashion, which have always been not only my passions, but what I'm actually good at. Like, when people come to me for advice, that's usually what it's about. And so when I was working in corporate America, I was doing really well. I was getting recognition from the CEO. It was a startup that, well, it wasn't like essentially a startup anymore because I joined after the IPO, but I did still receive stock options. So when I left that job, because it was just becoming kind of toxic, and I studied economics at Brown, and I also have my master's in public affairs. So I'm able to really assess the health of organizations. And I realized when I was at that company, something was off. And so when my stocks vested, I was like, I'm outie. Like, there was already some toxicity happening anyways. So they put me in this executive leadership program to kind of like placate me. And my coach was like, girl, you need to start your own business. And so she kind of coached me through it over like a course of 6-7 months. And so by the time we ended, I had a plan. I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And my stocks vested, so I left. And I kid you not, 3 months later, the company was acquired by a private equity firm. And everybody, like, their stocks were worth so much less than they were originally. But I had already been like milking my stocks because I had left earlier, and so the prices had been higher when I had been selling. So anyways, I say all this to say that I didn't just like jump into this. I grew a bit of an audience through having my book and like doing book talks and things like that. And it was only when I started to feel like I was serving two masters, that's when I was like, okay, I need to pick one thing and I need to stick with it. So if you're at a crossroads, I hope this can help.